Hey guys, it's Adam. I hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome to Do You Watch Anime, a show where I sit down with a guest every week and ask them, do you watch anime? And we go from there. And today joining me is voice actor in such anime as Zenshu, Honey Lemon Soda, and One Piece, Kirsty Johnson. How are you today?
That's so cool hearing you do the thing because I listened to the show, so I'm like, that's me you're talking about. That's crazy. Hi. I'm good. How are you, sir?
Good. So, do you watch anime?
Brother, do I watch anime? I I wish I had more time to watch anime now,
Yeah.
but I started watching anime a lot older, I think, than other people because when Dragon Ball came on when I was a kid, I was like, dumb. Next. I don't have any interest. When do the sailor girls come on and change their clothes and make it pretty? That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
But I got into Full Metal Alchemist as a teenager,
Okay.
and I was done for. So Brotherhood remains my favorite anime. It
Mhm.
was coming out the first time I visited Japan. Like, it's core fundamental for me, but I'm also, as you can tell by my babies,
Let's
a
go.
romance shoujo girly.
Let's go.
So
Oh my god.
anything romance and cute, I'll die for. Oran is obviously like a go-to, but
Yeah.
I love anime.
Yeah.
I'm so
Yeah.
happy. I'm so happy to be here talking about anime. This is the best.
Heck yeah. Maid Sama is literally one of my favorite anime ever.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
yeah,
I
like,
need people. They're like, it's so, and I said, it doesn't matter. It's so of its time. It's so
yep,
perfect. It's a
yep,
capsule.
yep. Is he kind of a red flag a little bit?
A little bit. Do I kind of want my anime guys to be a little bit of a red flag? Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. Uh
That's why he's 2D. That's why he's
yeah,
2D. It works.
exactly. He's not real.
He can't hurt me in real life.
um I was at a con, oh god, last weekend.
Oh
And
yeah, I saw that you were like slammed busy. It looked
yeah,
crazy.
yeah, it was insane. And but we were like talking in a group, and out of the corner of my eye, straight up, I clock it, and I was like, "There's a Misa cosplayer over there."
Excuse me, I have to go. There's
Yeah,
me some
yeah.
cosplayer.
And one of my friends is like running over, like, "Oh my god, I love your cosplay." I was like, "Don't scare them."
Don't scare them off yet. We have to slowly approach.
Yeah. But yeah,
I'm
so
the same way with cosplayers. I went to Anime Expo for the first time this year,
oh yeah,
for work, and the whole time I was there, I kept being like, I don't know how anyone gets anything done here because every 6 seconds I was like, "Hi, excuse me, I love your cosplay. Can I take a picture of you?" So it was just there's so many like I don't know. I haven't cosplayed in years now, but there's so many like it looks to me like pros doing it. They just
yeah,
look so professional. I was like, I'm obsessed. So I'm
yeah.
very excited. I have Anime NYC in a couple days, and
Mhm.
I'm so excited to see all the
Yeah,
cosplayers that come
yeah.
out.
Oh my god, I love it. So besides Brotherhood, what are some of your favorite anime?
Okay, so for breaking it down by category, like comfort anime, right? Like chicken noodle soup for the anime
Yeah.
soul.
Like,
It's got to be like Oran is high
okay.
up there. Oran High School
Yep.
Host Club. Like,
Yep.
and I am a hardcore dubber. I watch very little in sub. Not that it's
Yep.
not excellent. I grew up on watching the dub of Full Metal, and like there's very few Seiyu that I'll like lose my mind over. But earlier this year, I was at the same show Romy Park was at, who's the voice of Edward,
Oh my
and
god.
I did not have the courage to go up and talk to her. But I was like, Park-san, I'm obsessed with you. But like I those dubs are like comfort dubs to me because my favorite like humans in this realm, my hero is Colleen Clinkenbeard.
Yep.
I oh my god, the goat.
Yep.
Um, Stephanie Young, like all these women who had like deep chesty voices like I do, where it wasn't like perfect anime girl and they were still doing it and they were these cool characters and I was like obsessed with them. So Caitlin Glass is another one, like gender neutral vibes. Like
Yep.
so Oran is a comfort watch. Full Metal's not a comfort watch because you're gonna cry the whole
Oh
time.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, oh, not dubbed, but like one of my all-time, if it's ever dubbed, I'll lose my mind. I will watch it every week. I will make fan edits on TikTok. Is Wotakoi. Love
Oh
is hard
my
for
god.
otaku.
So
Yes,
good.
okay. I love when people know what it is. It makes me
Yep.
so happy.
So good.
It it's like it's the ultimate, right? Because it's like it's
Mhm.
adults. It's not
Yeah.
high schoolers. They fund their hobby from their 9 to 5.
Yep.
Hello, like it's just it's so satisfying, and the fact that there's like cross playing and like they're happily like hanging out playing video games at each other's house, and it was like so normalized. Like Wotakoi is one of my comfort shows,
Yeah.
and my all time. I don't know. Do you consider Studio Ghibli anime?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
'Cause I think it's Japanese animation,
Yeah.
but, like, Howl's Moving Castle is my all-time favorite. Anything like, I have him tattooed on my leg, that's my
Yep.
boy.
Yep.
He's kind of a loser, but he's
Oh,
awesome, you know, like
such a little bitch. Oh my god, I love him.
yes! Like,
But
and then the book, I don't know if you've ever had a chance to read the book,
no, I
but
haven't.
he has the biggest loser energy, and I love him so bad, like, he's just a Welsh nerd, and you're
Oh
like,
my god.
"Ew," and then he puts on his cosplay and goes to another realm, and he's like, "I'm a wizard." I love him so bad. So, that's my all-time, like, comfort watch, but as far as,
Yeah.
like, shonen goes, I would say my most recent love has been, it's not recent now, god, it makes me feel old, is My Hero Academia.
Oh,
Um,
that's my favorite of all time.
it's my favorite. I see your
Yeah.
Bakugo in the background, I said,
Yep.
"That's my boy."
Yeah.
But my all-time favorite anime character, like, male character is All Might, and,
Oh,
like,
yes.
he's my ride or die. Like, if I was gonna get an anime character from modern anime tattooed on me, it would probably be, like, All Might's, like, cherry blossom petals from his jacket,
Oh,
like,
okay.
having that just because, like, nobody needs to know, but I know, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that's my boy,
Mhm.
and he's, like that show flipped everything on its head for me. It introduced me to one of my best friends, Lexi Nieto, and then she and I schemed together to quit our jobs in Florida and move to Texas so we could start doing anime full time, like, that show was it. So if we're talking, like, favorites and just holds a really special place in my heart, it's gotta be My Hero, and I'm really lucky in that I've never, like, come across any times to work on it because it can stay pure and wholesome, and I don't have to panic and be like, what if I really want that part?" It's cast, baby, it's
Yeah.
cast. I don't gotta worry about it. I
Yeah.
can just enjoy it.
Yeah.
So I love, love, love My Hero. I would
Mhm.
say that's my favorite, and that's the one I have the most merch from. It's a
Oh,
sick
yeah.
amount of merch.
Yeah.
Like, I wish I had pictures to show you of my All Might desk when I was working at Crunchyroll. It was like, people would walk by and be like, "This is a shrine," and I was like,
Mhm.
"Correct, you're not wrong."
Yeah.
That's my anime grandpa, and I love him.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I have a All Might and Deku, like, tattoo. Yeah, and
Ugh.
yeah, I I literally, like, My Hero got me back, like, fully into anime, um,
Yes!
and, like, it was like I was just out of school, I was depressed that I didn't have a job in my field, and,
Oh god,
yeah,
the
and
worst.
literally, and, I was like, "I have Funimation, I guess I'll watch the superheroes in anime? Sure," and I put it on and went, "I don't have depression anymore, thank you so much." Uh,
Depression cured.
done, done, it is gone.
Genuinely, My Hero, I think, like, did that for me, and then what refreshed that again was One Piece. About 2.5 years ago, I started watching One Piece when I started working at Crunchyroll, because 2 of the directors there were working on, the One Piece Red movie,
Mm,
and I
mhm,
was a talent coordinator at the time. Oh my
yeah.
god, I just saw your Tim Horton cup, and I got so sad. Oh, Timbits, I think of you fondly. Okay, um, but they were working on One Piece Red, and I was like, "This
Mhm,
is fun. What's this?" And they were like, "Oh, it's standalone. You don't have to watch the 1,000 episodes." And I fell like tea kettle over ass
yeah,
into One Piece, and I was like, I really like the girls. They're cool. I really like." And then I was like, I'll give it a try. I'll watch it. And then I was sobbing into my hands at like 2:30 in the morning
mm.
about Nami's Help Me episode,
Oh, yeah.
and I walked into one of my roommate's rooms and I was like, and she was like, "Oh my god." And I was like, "I think I found my new show." And so I'm almost caught up. I'm in
Okay, yeah.
Wano.
Holy shit.
So we're doing it. We're
Wow.
busting through.
Yeah,
But yeah, it's needless to say, like One Piece and I think My Hero have done that, like you said,
mhm,
for so many people where you're like, I just need something to reconnect to and just to
yeah,
feel I don't know, it makes me feel happy to know there's a bunch of, like, people in the world drawing characters that aren't natural winners, like, it
yeah,
to me, that's the best kind of character, and
mhm.
Deku is just that's my
Oh,
son.
yeah, that's my boy. That's
That's my boy.
that's my
I'd do
favorite.
anything for him.
Oh, yeah, and, like, when I I, like, interview people at cons or, like, talk to them on the show, and they're like, "Deku's a little bitch," and I was like, "It's fine, it's fine.
Alright.
You just yeah, it's fine. You just don't know, it's fine. You just
It's
don't."
fine, you're ignorant, and that's okay.
Exactly.
Reading comprehension, critical thinking is difficult,
Yeah,
the statistics are suffering in this
mm,
country, I get it. You don't
yeah,
understand, and that's
exactly.
okay.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine. I'm also sad, so it's fine.
Listen, I'm on my antidepressants,
Yep,
you're on your
yep,
antidepressants, we're all doing great.
exactly.
Um, that's how I feel when people shit on Kotsky and they're like,
Yeah.
He's so one note. He's just an angry douche. He's whatever, and I have to quite literally do breathing exercises to be
Yeah.
like, that's my favorite child. How could you
Yeah.
do that? How could you say that?
Yeah.
I Oh, that show is so good, and I know people, like, love to make fun of the fandom and love to tease us, and, like, yes, we probably don't smell the best all the time, but also, like, you wouldn't either if you were training constantly like we are. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it's such a I love that families watch it together.
Mhm.
I cry all the time about did you see the thing with David Matranga recently where the child with the
That was so cute.
Ah!
Oh,
And David's the nicest man on
yeah.
the planet, so it couldn't have been a better person, but I was
Mhm.
like, I'm gonna need time to recover. Like, I love that dub cast. I love
Yeah.
that show. It just, oh my God, it makes me so happy when you like logged on and I saw a stack of One Piece and a stack of like MHA. I was like, I'm in good hands. And Kaiju. Oh my
Yeah.
God, you have everything good.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. So one of like I at first, I hated Bakugo at first because I was like,
Yes, of course.
this boy told my boy to kill himself.
To kill
Like,
himself. That's crazy.
that's insane.
That's
And
crazy behavior. And if
yeah,
your son did that in public, you'd be like, what the fuck? Like, you
yeah,
would not be okay with it.
no. So I was like, screw this. And then the tournament arc came up, like the school
Ugh,
festival, and
preach on Adam.
I was like, okay, I love this boy. He's taking Uraraka seriously. Good for him.
This is my special boy.
Yeah,
I will cradle him. I love him.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then whenever, yeah, I just love the show so much, and
The last movie I saw in theaters before COVID hit was
mhm.
the second My Hero movie,
Okay,
where
yeah,
they, spoiler alert,
here, yeah,
share
yeah,
that power. Brother, I know you know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Weeping,
yeah,
weeping,
yeah, yeah. It, I know it.
sobbing.
I knew it was a movie, and I was like, in my in my stupid brain, and for a moment I was like, this is it, it's over. I was like,
Truly, my brain was
yeah,
like, this is how it has to end. This
yeah,
is how it has to end. It was unbelievable. And
yeah,
they said, okay, we'll canonize it for you. And I said, thank you very much. I
yeah,
appreciate that. Yeah, that I
yeah.
genuinely oh my god, and that show, the music in that show,
Oh,
anytime I'm nervous for anything,
mm.
I listen to You Say Run
Oh my,
by,
yeah.
and then you just start you're jamming to that and you have to watch out or you're accidentally going 105 miles per hour on the highway, like, oh man, My Hero changed so many things for me. Like, it will forever be my little soft show that, like,
Yeah,
anytime, like you said, someone's like, "He's a bitch," I'm like, "I'll kill you." Like,
yeah,
it's not the same thing. You and I are not on the same level if you
yeah,
don't get what this did for so many people.
yeah.
So it just, I don't know.
100.
It makes me really happy.
Oh yeah, 100%. And like I love the writing for like pretty much a lot of the characters. I really love like pretty much all of them,
Mhm.
except for the purple one, that we don't talk about.
Listen, can I tell you something awful? I love him. He's my baby. Okay, I know I'm down bad because I love that entire class, but I
Yeah.
think Brina Valencia is a fucking
Oh
legend. I
yeah.
think she's a gift.
Oh
And when I first heard that character speak, I was like, how stupid.
yeah.
And then when I was like, he's just a horny little dude, like all of us were going through puberty.
Yeah.
He's so real for that. Like, he's just, and I will defend his gross little gremlin self because he can grow, he can
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
And he like,
Porcelain.
he
Uh,
he pulls his stickies until he's bleeding. Like, my man
yeah.
commits.
Yeah.
love I love them all. I don't
Oh
know
yeah.
that there's a character in that show that I could truly look away from. And like you said, it's the writing.
Yeah.
I think it's is it Jeremy Kratz who does the writing for the English dub? He's
I think
amazing.
yeah.
Colleen is one of
Yeah.
my all-time
Oh
favorite
my god.
directors.
Yeah.
I just think there was so much care and love put into that show in a
Mhm.
way I don't know, you could probably speak to this better than me that we haven't seen in a long time in the industry. Like, people were working hard, but it was very small groups of people, and that
Mhm.
show made it like everything became so much bigger and so much more accessible with that show. Like,
Yeah.
seeing whole anime tracks at Comic Cons because of that show, like where you never saw them for. You know, at Fan Expo, you saw like TV and film people, and now my best friend Jacqueline hosts every anime track
Yep.
through every single expo because they have so many panels. Like,
Mhm.
I know Naruto, Dragon Ball, these are the legends, and
Mhm.
like the black fandoms that brought them to America are
Yep.
like the reasons they're so popular. But I just feel like My Hero took it up to like the next level.
Yeah.
So I don't know. To me, like that's we're just ranting about My Hero at this point, but
No, it's
that's the
fine.
end all be all.
Yeah.
She is that girl.
Yeah, I and like the writing for every character is like I Endeavor's a horrible person, but
An incredible
An
character.
incredible character.
Yes,
Incredible,
because there are real people like
yeah,
that.
yeah, and, like, the whole arc
Ugh.
of, like, you know, him being him, and then, like, learning and being like, "Hey, I'm gonna get you your own house so you can be away from me, I
Yeah,
understand."
y'all need space from me because I
Yeah,
was the villain in your story.
yeah, and I'm like,
That's
"Per
no matter what people say, like, you don't have to accept him, you don't have to accept his
of course."
apology, that's and if you've experienced something like that in your life, God, yeah, that's
Yeah,
obviously, that's
mhm,
something you can go through and work through, and you
mhm,
can just hate the character and move on, he's a drawing, he won't
yep,
hurt you.
yeah,
But, like, the idea that you could look even at a character like that and have that kind of conversation and that kind of writing, like,
yeah,
the conversation between him and Dobby last season,
oh,
like, oh my god, first of all, everyone in this dub, I know we've talked about it, friggin' geniuses.
yeah,
Colleen is a genius casting director,
yeah,
but, like, that conversation between the 2 of them, I was visibly, like, trembling for them, and
mhm,
I was like, "I'm not even the most invested in this family."
yeah,
I don't know, I think they're brilliant. One of my favorite people in the world loves Shigaraki, that's her all-time favorite character, and she was devastated by the end of the show, but one of the things she loved best about him was the writing for him,
yeah,
and, like, the choices and how he ends up, like, man, these characters are so the stories are really they have potential to be really emotionally intelligent, and I think they kinda crack open the shell and maybe make people more willing to try some of those, like, harder to watch, more serious hurt animes or stories that make you go, "Ow," and
yeah,
you have to kind of take it week by week and watch an episode at a time. I don't know, I like that My Hero kind of cracks that open to people, be like, all of this heavy storytelling is in this fun punch anime, like,
yeah.
with kids and superpowers, so, like, you can get both, best of both worlds. Come to
Yeah,
anime, we have cookies.
yeah. Yeah, exactly. So, you also voice, Haruko in Zenshu. How was it being a part of such an amazing show?
Okay, Adam, when I tell you, first of all, I got the casting email, that was one of my first ever, like, because normally when you get an email for because I was talent coordinating, I knew what they looked like,
Yeah.
you would get an email that's like, "Hey, are you available this time this day for this much time?"
Mhm.
And I got an email and it said casting, and I was like starting off named, not like it becomes named later on.
Yeah,
And I opened it and it said for Zenshu, and I was working at my company, which runs conventions, and we had literally just hung a like floor to ceiling Zenshu banner in the convention hall. And I looked at it and I looked at that and I looked back at my phone and I was like, there's no fucking way. This can't be real. And I was gagged, but I there wasn't a lot about her. It's a tiny show even in Japan. And I was like, I don't know what this is gonna be. It was the sweetest little chocolate box of a role
yeah,
because every week it was me coming in the booth and Emily Fajardo, one of the greats,
yeah,
telling us as our director, being like, "So this week she's being stalked and harassed," and then next week it'd be like, "She's being run over by our couple of main characters," while she asked, like every week was something totally different, silly little scenes. It was so much fun. I got to cry, scream, beg for mercy, like and I was like, this is the most charming, magical little show. Unio, the
oh,
unicorn. Lucy Christian is one of my favorite people on the planet.
yeah,
She ate that up so bad. I would go in the booth and I'd be like, "Okay, I'm done. Did we finish early?" And they'd be like, "Yeah, we finished early." And I'd be like, "Can I watch a Yu-Gi-Oh clip?" Because it would be like, "Yeah, Lucy was just in this week." And I'd be like, "Can you show it to me? Can you show it to me?" So like, oh my god, everyone in that show is so good. I
yeah,
think Maddie Morris is a gift, and
mhm,
to hear that kind of character again. I love a chesty voiced character,
yeah,
especially for a femme presenting character.
mhm,
And that show to me was like, again, really special, right? Because it's about nostalgia and
yeah,
like your favorite thing doesn't have to be good. It can just
mhm,
be your favorite thing. She
yeah,
knows the show is cringy and has plot holes and has like stereotypical characters, but like it's special to her and it inspires her. And oh man, we finished the last episode and I was like, oh, that was really fun. I'm really glad I got to do that. And then I was crying and I was like, what's happening? Like I didn't realize
yeah,
it had just it's so special and it's such a good show. And like I think in Japan, there's like a very, very tiny little merch exhibition going on for it right now because our boy Ryan Negron retweets everything Zenshu,
yeah,
God bless him. And he was like, oh my God, there's merch. And we were all scheming, being like, how do we get a group order together? It was just like, it's one of those magical little nugget shows that you never ever expect. And like,
mhm,
I don't know, the animation is so beautiful on it. And
oh my god,
obviously, it has to be. It's a show
yeah,
about animators.
yeah,
But I was gagged because you know how fast all these studios work now.
mhm,
I was like, they don't have time to be creating Mappa level masterpieces without pushing the animators to sleeping under their desks.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Mappa did such a beautiful job. It was such a great show. Like, oh man, it was a gift. It was a gift. And like everybody in it is so funny. It felt like a lesson every week to get to watch and be like, oh, and that's how you do heartfelt, and that's how you do comedy, and that's like I
Mm-hmm.
loved watching the show because I'd forget I was gonna come up for a second and be like, oh hey, that's me, and then I'm going back to the thing I love. So like it was just really cool. It was such a cool experience. And like, man, I wish there were more shows like that. It
Oh
rocked.
yeah.
I'm so fond of it.
Oh yeah, it was on our like literally weekly watch list. It was like zenshu. It was like that season was like zenshu medalist, like all like
Yes,
it was so
it was a
stacked. And
good
oh yeah,
season.
and I was like, cool. I'm just gonna cry for 3 hours. It's fine.
And on Tuesdays and Thursdays, we schedule our crying
Yeah,
sessions.
yeah, exactly.
Do you and your partner watch together?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. Okay, sorry, continue,
Oh
please.
no, no.
I'm being nosy.
No, and it's even funnier because now that I have more friends in the industry, I'm like, oh, this person's in this. I gotta watch this. Now there's 9 anime I have to watch because I have to support my friends. And I'm like, can you stop
It's
being bad?
truly the downfall of it.
Yeah, yeah. Can you
The
stop being
more you connect
talented?
yourself, the
Yeah,
more you're gonna have to be like, and my friend is leading this, and my friend's the lead in that, and
yeah,
my friend's the lead. Like, it's
yeah,
tough.
yeah. I swear, I think we counted last week. We're watching 3 anime that Corey Wilder is in.
What a gift.
I know.
What a gift.
I know. We're not complaining, but Jesus Christ.
And like I feel like they're one of those like superstars. Like they
Oh
just
my
kind of
god.
exploded right
Yeah.
off the bat. So I was
Yeah.
like nobody ever does, right? You put in the work. But
Yeah.
I just feel like every time you hear them, you're like, damn, this kid's got it. Like
Yep.
every show someone announces him in, I'm like, makes sense,
Yeah.
good cast.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. So
Oh, I am not caught up on this season at all. I'm still finishing shows from like 2 seasons ago. It's bad.
no,
We're
that's
slamming them.
yeah, that's valid. So what's something going back on to Zenshu for a minute? What's something about Zenshu that you didn't expect to love?
I think honestly, right, I'm a romance girly. I love knowing I'm going into a romance. I love it being there. But the initial like enemies to friends to lovers of it all, I was like, "Oh, okay, like we're going to see like she's going to realize come into her own, not." And I was really surprised by how much I loved the she fell first, he fell harder concept. Like I really love a down bad guy, but
Yep.
like I loved that he was like this was all worth it. Like even understanding her weird life and the story she brought into the world, but like I don't know, I just really liked that Luke was constantly surprised by how much he liked her, and then we, the audience, got to follow along with that like, "Oh, I think I think this is more than we thought it was." And so I wanted it to be like a silly fun show and it really was, but I found it was very like human and
Mhm.
charming to
Yeah.
watch you go, "Oh, no, I didn't wanna do this," and then
Yeah.
realize you're already and you've already caught the feelings. Like, I don't know, for me, it was so it was so charming in the midst of all this magic and fighting and crazy and world we're isekaiing everything, and then just in between, you have these really soft little kernels of just, like,
Mhm.
a person to a person,
Yeah.
and I don't know, I was very, very charmed by it. I think Ryan did such a great job, and I think even in, watching it in the J too, like, it had such an honesty to it, surrounded by all this, like, silly, over the top, big voices, and
Yeah.
I was very charmed by it. It was very human to me.
Yeah. At first I was like, Yunio, shut the like I was like, this annoying mother, and then literally like 5 episodes later, I'm like, I love you, please don't die.
I would die for that unicorn.
Yeah,
Nothing can happen to him.
literally.
When he turns into the full horse and he's like,
Oh,
"Ladies."
oh my god.
Oh, what a
Um,
star.
yeah. Oh, what's the green elf? What's her name?
Oh,
Uh,
how sad is
Memel.
it that I'm like,
Memel. Okay.
Alexis's character.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Memo.
yeah. Whenever he's like hitting on her, I'm like, and she's like, "No, get away," and I was like, "Good,
Thank
good."
you.
Yeah, yeah,
Yes, that's what I like to see. She quick corrected. She said,
yeah,
"Bad dog," immediately.
yeah.
And then she
Exactly.
joined a cult. Like,
Yeah,
well and truly,
you do.
we
Yeah.
were whatever episode we were in, it was pretty early on, I think, and we
Yeah.
came in and Emily was like, "So, there's an end of the world death cult and Memel's joined it." And I was like, sorry, pardon, go back. Weren't we just doing a fun drawing isekai? She was like, mm-hmm. So we've recorded the death chants,
Mhm.
and we want to get some extra voices in on the. And I was like, okay, great. She's like, so we're just gonna, mutter in cursed Latin. I was like, cool. Like, that show had everything,
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love
It
that.
was a dream. I wish desperately for them to dub the
Oh,
Prince song.
yes.
That is my end goal.
Oh my
Emily's
god.
like, she's a director, actor,
Yeah.
musician, she can do everything, and so she's like, "I've got the music, I'm ready." And I said, this show has everything. This
Yeah.
show has it all."
Yeah. Yeah. When she drew the like hot boys for Mameln, oh my god, I was like, this is incredible.
True friendship is drawing your friend a hot guy to fixate on.
Literally. It's just like you're
She
just
said
focus on that, not death.
"You need an OC boy, you need a 2D boyfriend to be down bad for. I
Yeah.
can help you with that." And I was
Yeah.
like, "She's so real for that." Because how many times has your friend been like, "Are you sad? Here's a pic of that show you like," and you're like, "I do love that character, thanks."
Yeah.
So, like, she said, "No worries, I'll invent one for you. I have an
Oh,
OC ready to roll, and
yeah.
he's gonna save your life."
Yeah.
It's a perfect show. Highly recommend. If
Yep.
people haven't experienced anime, I think it hits every trope without being annoying. It's
Yep.
great.
Exactly. So you also play Kaede in Honey Lemon Soda.
Yes, just
Um,
got to jump in right at the end there. What a
yeah.
cute
Oh,
show.
oh my god. So how was it being in a romance anime?
When they played the credits in the booth, because like sometimes you don't get to see the opening, ending, whatever it is, but that show has that really cool kind of mixed credit opening where it rolls right into the show.
Yeah.
And we were doing a cue that started right at the top of an episode, and like hearing like a cutesy little romance anime opening, and then immediately we were going, and I was like, oh my god, it's a shoujo, it's happening, we're doing it. So like to me, it was like, oh, it slapped. It was so
Mhm.
fun, and Sean is so good at what he
Oh my god.
does, and he's just like he's got a real nose for the like folks that maybe haven't been heard in that type of sound before.
Mhm.
And so every time I listened to an episode, I was like, oh my god, this person's perfect, and I had never heard them in this type of role before. So like for me, that show was just a treat, because I was just jumping in every once in a while to be
Yeah.
like, I have something to say, a student over here, and
Yeah.
then going back to watching and being like, now kiss.
Yeah.
So like for me, it was a treat, just because it's a
Mm.
romance, and it
Yeah.
was Monica's so good in it.
Oh,
Everybody is so
yeah.
good. Like it was a show that I thought was gonna pop off more than it did,
Mhm.
truly. I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be a really, really big show,
Mhm.
and it seems to have been more of like a quiet fan favorite,
Yeah.
but I think it might end up being in a couple of years like a Maid-sama, where it picks back up and it has like a cult following,
Yeah.
just because I don't know, I thought it was so charming.
Yeah.
Everyone was so cute, and it was so heartfelt, and it made me cry, but everything makes me cry.
Same
So
here, yeah.
Hi, I'm Steve Yurko.
And I'm Tara Sands. Now available from Maji Media is our new podcast, 4Kids Flashback. 4Kids is the company who brought you the English dub of Pokemon in the late 90s and so many other shows like Yu-Gi-Oh!, Shaman King, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Kirby, the infamous One Piece dub, and so many more.
We'll be talking to the people who worked at 4Kids. Actors, directors, writers, editors, producers, engineers, you get the point. And hopefully get the answers to questions both you and I have about the company.
I actually worked there as a voice actor on some of the shows.
And I was a kid watching the shows and remember way more than Tara does.
And thank God for that. Steve is actually a professional storyboard artist, which gives some really unique insights into anime and animation. Subscribe today wherever you get your podcasts. That's the number 4 Kids Flashback.
Hey guys, welcome to the Patreon portion of today's episode. And if you want to join the Patreon, there are a few different tiers, like shoutouts on the episodes, as well as exclusive videos and behind the scenes content and so much more, and even the episode a day early. Thank you to Gio, Keith, Blythe, Bunny, Mikey, Sheba, and Brooke. And if you want to join the Patreon or find out more, the link will be down below. And yeah, back to the episode.
yeah, crybabies only in media. Most
Yeah.
of the time during like a human real life
yeah.
interaction, stone face.
Yeah.
You give me a drawing, and I'm like, oh my god. I don't-
Yep.
I don't know what that says, but I'll let my therapist work that
Yeah,
out for me.
yeah, that's I'm the same way.
We got this. We're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
We're totally human
exactly.
and normal.
Exactly, it's fine. So besides Oron and Maid Sama, what are some of your favorite romance anime?
Ooh. One I watched when I was really young was Toradora,
Oh,
and
so good.
exactly, that's the right
Yep.
reaction. I loved Toradora. It was like the first show that to me was like the roles were reversed. I had never seen the like she's mean, she's tiny, he's tall, he's soft,
Yep.
and now we have the drugs that are like my dress up darling,
Yep.
drugs,
Yep.
cocaine. I
Yep.
would every week on that
Yeah.
show. Every time someone's like, "I'm going in to record Dress Up Darling," I said, "Have the best time. I will be watching." Like it's just
Yep.
it's like it's so good. I love Dress Up Darling. I love Toradora. Um, oh, now that his title is escaping me, but there's one where she helps a mangaka every week, and he's an artist. It's very cute. But like, I don't know. I feel like with romance anime, I'm not picky,
Yeah.
so it's fun because I get to experience like all the tropey shows, all the silly shows, and I don't know. Like even recently this season, the sister show that is coming out that has Emmy Caitlin is
Oh,
directing
yeah, yeah,
it.
yeah.
Um, that I got to pop into briefly this season. Oh,
Mm.
what is it called? I'll remember it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be my normal kind of show, right? Because they're like, we're family, but we're not. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's not my trope, but I
Yeah.
respect that it's somebody's. Um, Stupid good,
Yeah,
really
I've heard
cute,
nothing but good things.
awesome, awesome show, awesome animation, great character design.
Oh, yeah.
Like, and by the end of like episode what 4, I think we're on, I was like, oh, like it has the very like twisting your hair, and being like, ooh, because it's
Yeah.
just so cute. Like, I don't know. To me, it's very much like I don't think there's a wrong anime for that, but like I think I would be neglectful to not mention Horimiya.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Horimiya was the first show I watched when I moved to Texas,
Okay.
um, and I was gagged,
Yeah.
gagged by. I have like the art book. I have that's my jam, and my other one right now is Apothecary Diaries,
Oh,
which I don't know if we'd consider it a romance. It's like a dramance.
yeah. Yeah.
I don't, it's got comedy. I don't know.
Yeah.
It
It's
meets every
everything.
genre. I think it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Um, I love Apothecary Diaries, and I feel like there's other ones too, but I don't know if they qualify as like romance. Like I really liked Darling in the Franxx. I really
Okay.
thought that show was so cool.
Yeah.
I just anything that explores like interaction from human to human, we
Yeah.
can put it in any setting, and I'm gonna
Mhm.
be down for it. Like
Yeah.
I love a big mech show. I love like a school show, superhero show. It really doesn't matter the context. I think things like Wotakoi are so charming because they're so just I saved my paycheck on Friday, and now we're gonna go to the store, and I'm gonna buy my favorite manga. Like
Yeah.
that just feels so real to me. But I don't think there's like a wrong way to do it per se. But I know there's more romance that are like
Mhm.
legendary that I haven't watched.
Mhm.
Like, oh man, I loved Kami-sama Kiss.
Oh,
I love anything with a fox boy in it.
yep.
Anytime you give me a kitsune, I'm gonna be watching. Like, but I know there's shows that like I haven't seen that are like super beloved, and I just haven't had time to get to it. So if you have recommendations, I would add it to my list, please and thank you, because I love a romance anime.
Sorry. My God.
Oh no, please.
So my gateway into collecting manga again was Komi Can't Communicate.
Okay, I've seen very good things. I haven't
Yeah.
watched it.
I even have like a Komi tattoo. Like,
Oh, I love her.
give me a socially anxious character, I'm in.
Okay, Comey can't communicate.
Yeah, so good. Sign of Affection is one of literally my favorite romance manga ever.
I think you are right that it's got to be in my top 5.
Yeah.
It's genius.
Yeah, it's like,
And I wept weekly.
yep. Yep. I knew it was coming and I was weeping. Yeah.
It didn't matter. And
Yeah.
there's so much cool stuff. Like the representation in that is so sick. And
Oh, yeah.
like the work to make it feel like it's not an effort. In fact, that he's lucky to be able to communicate with her. It's just so cool. Like, oh man. There's so many
Yeah.
good shows. But I will add Comey Can't Communicate. But I love a romance show. I'm a sucker for anything, any kind of cheesy romance, fun. I love a flirty character, even like Sanji, One
Oh,
Piece. It does not matter to me how many people are like, I don't care. I think he's
Yep.
beautiful and perfect and an
Yep.
angel.
Yep.
I said, he loves and respects women. We drink our respect women juice here. Cheers, Mr. Sanji.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's my boy.
Yeah.
So like, there's any character. If you're a flirt, if you're a romance, if you're down bad, I love
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah. Right. This season, we're watching Betrothed to My Sister's Ex.
Okay.
It's subbed, hasn't gotten a dub yet. But it is fan freaking tastic. The
I'm
main
writing it down.
the main boy is a walking green flag. She is adorable, and I want to hurt anyone who hurts her.
You've had her for 6 seconds,
Yeah.
but if anyone in this
Yeah.
room hurt her.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'd be remiss to say that I do have a Rent a Girlfriend shelf. I don't recommend that.
My favorite is when people are like, yeah, I'm part of that fandom. You don't want to go there.
Yeah, no.
It's not good.
No, I had Landon McDonald on the other week, and he's in Rent a Girlfriend, and
Oh my God, he's great.
Yeah, and he was explaining what he's in this season. He's like, and speaking of things that won't die, I'm also in Rent a Girlfriend. I was like, yeah.
I feel like he has a tendency to find himself in Legacy series, and he's
Yeah.
like, here we go, boys.
Yeah, let's go.
Another round.
Yeah, it's I watched it during the pandemic. And I was like, ooh, this is saucy. Interesting. And I read the manga and it hit chapter 300, and I was like, I'm done.
I can do no more.
I'm doing no more. I was like, what do you mean there's no character development in 300 chapters? Yeah, I'm like, I'm done.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
Bye-bye.
yeah, bye-bye. But that
Also, I looked up this Betrothed to My Sister's Ex.
Yeah.
The characters look so cute.
Oh my God, they're so beautiful.
I love a redhead.
Yep.
He's
And she
so
has
beautiful.
freckles. Oh my God.
Oh, I love when they have freckles.
Yep.
And he's got melanin. Come
Oh,
on,
yeah.
baby.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Let's go, Japan. I like to see it.
Oh yeah, like literally so good. So
Okay, I'm doing it.
yeah, it's oh my God. I literally, because like usually we watch in dub. Also,
Sure, yeah.
also because I have epilepsy and reading subtitles is kind of hard sometimes.
For sure.
Yeah. And so but we heard about this anime, and I was like, let's just watch it in sub. it's gonna
There's
be
some shows where you're like, I can't wait. I need to watch it now.
yeah. So moving on to One Piece.
Hey, we are.
Yeah, you recently announced that you're Kuma's mother. How did it feel to be a part of such a significant part of the story that fans adore?
Oh man, I will cry if I think about it too much.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful for One Piece for so many reasons. It's brought really cool people into my life. It's like you said, it was kind of like the kick in the ass I needed when it came across it, where I just felt like I was not giving myself the direction and the drive I needed and that we all deserve to give ourselves. And it just, I don't know, it made me remember that like it's okay to be fun, it's okay to be silly, and you're still pushing forward. Like today might not be a day where you get 100 things done and you're achieving all your dreams, but you still like you had a really good coffee, or you saw your friend, or you met someone new who was really nice. Like it sounds cheesy, but it truly made me sit back and be like, you gotta chill. Like life is so short. You have to recognize the cool things you're experiencing. Because Luffy every day is like, oh, cool thing happened to me. That's awesome. I'm gonna set some people free from slavery, and I'm on my way. And I'm like, so to me, One Piece is already like, she's very close to my heart and special for a lot of different reasons. And I love Nami. She's my all-time favorite. Yep. And Frankie's right up there, but Nami's my girl. And I was like, anytime I've been called in to be like in Walla and One Piece, I'm like, I can't, I'm shitting myself. I can't believe this is happening. Yeah. And then when I got the email and they were like, it's for this specific set of episodes, I was like, okay, maybe it's like a bit we need to do in these. And when I came in to record, and Emily's like, they tell you what you're doing today, and I was like, yeah, they said it's a mom, and she was like, it's Kuma's mom. I was like, ah! So I was already like in tears, ready to be in tears.
Yeah.
But I think Mike Smith is one of those people who's, you know, to me, who voices Kuma's dad, is one of those people who just comes in, performs like a motherfucker,
Yeah.
and then is like, I'm going home. Doesn't get on the internet, doesn't post about it. He's like, doing my job. I'm an actor. I'm a working actor. I'm going to go home, see my family. And I was like, you're so cool. I'm crying, screaming, throwing up, shitting. Like, there's nothing I'm not doing about this. And I came in to record and I heard some of his stuff and I was like, oh man, if I don't bring it, I'll be disappointing, one, so many people who love this series, and two, myself, because like this character matters so much, and this arc, like you said, made so many people like reconnect and recommit to the series. I think especially because there had been so long a wave with Wano and we had been experiencing so much. So like this was just really special and really cool, and I genuinely still can't believe it, but I just think it's like everyone in it is so incredible, and so to be like a teeny tiny part of it is like I will keep that tucked away with me, and if I were to never work again, I'd be like, that's okay, I got to be in One Piece. Like it's just, oh man, it's so special. It's such a special show, and like those episodes, Emily takes such great care with One Piece. Like I could wax poetic about Emily forever. The people who have taken that franchise and passed it on from person to person, like they are the captains, truly. But like Emily's love and devotion and dedication to the series and making it that quality that Japan has to see. You know, Toei's a tough company. They're very specific, very strategic about the way they work, but then also making sure that it has like the heart and the naturalism that it would have in English. I think it's one of, if not the best dubs out there. And I genuinely think she balances so beautifully, like the stupid, silly, wonderful cartoonness of it with these incredibly crushing, heartfelt moments. And so to see like, even just at the end of the episode, we finished recording and I was like, can I watch the dance? And she was like, you want to be even more sad? And I was like, yeah. She was like, okay. And so we were playing it and we finished. I was like, okay, thank you. And I was leaving the booth and I was like getting tissues out because she has tissues in her booth because she knows the show she works on. And I was like, and the next person coming in was like, you know, we're getting Kuma stuff. And I was like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, me too. Here we go. Like all of us were like, here we go. We're ready. Like, so it's just, it was so cool. I'll never get over it. It's the coolest thing. I cannot believe it's real. And I just feel like it's just so neat to be such a tiny little piece. But like there's thousands and thousands of people that have been in this show. Like there's over 1,000 actors that have been in the show. And it'll just keep growing. And there'll be so many cool people after this. Like, I don't know. It was the best. I could talk about it forever. I love One Piece. Every time our household loves to make the joke. Anytime someone says, "Oh, can I get one piece of that?" All of us say One Piece mentioned.
Oh yeah,
we are just
say that at work all the time.
It doesn't matter where we are, what the circumstances are. My poor boss, who has no clue what it is, will say it with me because I've said it so much that she's like, "Yeah, One Piece mentioned." I'm like, "One Piece mentioned." Thank you, Leslie. So like, it truly is. Oh man, it's a dream. At this point, I'm cooked. I'm sat. I'm happy. I've done whatever I could do in this life. So
yeah. Oh my god, I love that. Yeah, I grew up reading and watching One Piece.
No way.
So at least in Canada, I don't know if it was the same in the US, but we used to get these Shonen Jump monthlies. At like
the big magazines, right?
Yeah.
We didn't ever get them, but I saw them.
Yeah. And I once saw it at my grocery store, and I was like, "Oh my god, Yugi from Yu-Gi-Oh's on the cover! I gotta watch it. I gotta read this, Mom." And she's like, "Okay, whatever. I'll get you this." And I open it, and I'm like, "Where's Yu-Gi-Oh? Why is Yu-Gi-Oh only this tiny part of this huge book? Why he's on the cover?"
This is supposed to be all Yugi all the time.
Then I see like, why is there ninjas in this? And then why? And then I was like, pirates. And I was like into like Pirates of the Caribbean at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, pirates. And I was like, ooh, there's blood. Ooh, he's smoking a cigarette.
This is next level.
Yeah. And then I kept reading it because I was like, can I keep getting this? And she's like, yeah, sure, whatever. And you're reading, it doesn't matter. And
anything to get kids to read, amen.
Exactly. And then when the anime premiered in Canada, I was like, oh my god, they made this whole like One Piece is coming, and I was like, oh my god. And then it was the first time in my child life that I was like, this isn't like the books.
This isn't what I signed up
No,
for.
why is Sanji have a lollipop? There's no blood. Why does Sanji sound like that? Like,
Oh, that dub is an incredible gift.
yeah,
It is. Oh man.
yeah,
The levels that they went to cleanse that show,
yep,
insane. I've only ever
insane.
seen clips.
Yeah.
Insane. When
Oh
he
yeah.
was holding the lollipop and talking like a cabbie, I was like,
Hey Luffy,
sorry.
what are you doing? And it's like, oh my god.
Exactly. I was like, what? What am I looking
Yeah,
at? This is the best
totally.
and worst thing that's ever happened to me. It was so committed.
Yeah.
Like you can't deny they said we're going 140% cartoons.
Yeah.
This is not, we're not dubbing anything. This is
No.
a brand new cartoon.
Yeah, literally. And like in the One Piece rap, they call him Zolo instead of Zoro. And I didn't realize that until my adult life. And I was like, hold on, rewind. What?
Sorry, hoops
Yeah.
are we speaking of?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Huh?
As you're putting up your glasses, you're like, I don't know this Zoro. I don't have a Zoro.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god. Oh, but yeah, that was the first time where again in my child life that I was like, this isn't like the manga.
This is not what I thought I was getting.
No.
And it's so, I think especially for kids, so like, what the hell?
Yeah,
Because they're like,
yeah.
I have read this book
Yeah.
400 times. It's
Yeah.
very, you're watching Harry Potter, right? And you're like,
Yeah.
where's this scene? And you're
Yeah.
like, there's no time for that scene. But to your 7-year-old mind, you're like, no, all the scenes are important.
Exactly. Oh my god. So earlier you were talking about talent coordination. What kind of what oh my god, sorry, my cat just knocked something over.
That's okay. My dog just came and laid down here and started yawning. So if you hear him in the background, Hudson says hi.
Yeah, can you not? Thank you.
Love you, kitty.
So talent coordination. What did that entail?
So I was in theater management in Florida, so I was running a performing arts center front of house there. I've always been a theater kid. It started in high school with Thoroughly Modern Millie, if you like musicals. And I just never looked back. So I knew I wanted to do arts, but I come from a family that doesn't have a lot of artists in it. It's a lot of blue collar workers, a lot of,
Yeah.
down salt of the earth kind of folks.
Mhm.
So, and a lot of because I lived in Florida, a lot of my family worked out at the Space Center,
Okay.
and that is very like typical of Central Florida. Like it doesn't matter if it's like a like a labor job or like an engineer, whatever it is. Just about everyone you went to school with worked out at the Space Center because that was the place that all the tourism came from. So that's where your town worked. So there was a lot of not pressure, I want to say, but a lot of like encouragement towards like business, math, science, and I was never great at it. I was always an arts and literature kid. And so I was like, I can combine business with art and do theater management. So that's really what I was doing. Like I thought that was going to be my track for my life. And I was like, I'm sad that I'm not getting to perform, be a part of these things, but I'm still around it. And that's
Yeah.
really great. And I'm really lucky because there's a lot of people who don't even get to do that. And then when the pandemic hit, we obviously couldn't have live theater anymore, and we were trying to do outdoor events, but there were people who wouldn't follow safety rules, so we'd get shut down, and it was just really disheartening because I just felt like there was no access to art or making art, even being part of a team that was making art.
Yeah.
And when God bless Lexi, when she was like, "You've loved anime your whole life, you giant weeb. Why don't you do something about it?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "They obviously need business people in anime." And I was like, "Whoa, you're a genius, Lexi." So like, she was like, "Why don't you do it?" So when we moved to Texas, I was applying for jobs and I was working at movie theaters and just a bunch of different places. And I saw they were hiring for a talent coordinator at Funimation. And the first interview I got, I was with my best friend in Korea, where she was living at the time teaching. I had gone to stay with her for a month.
Yeah.
And I got an email from Funimation. They're like, "Hey, do you have time for a face-to-face?" And I was like, "Yes, of course." So it's like 2:00 in the morning in Korea. And I'm like, "Hello, good morning. I'm here. Hi, I'm so excited to be here."
Yeah.
And when they were like, "Sorry, can you adjust your settings to this?" I was like, "I can't actually because I'm on my friend's Wi-Fi in South Korea." And they were like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "I really want this job." So I don't know if they thought I was crazy or if they thought it's dedication. But I was really lucky because I talked to some folks who, kind of had the same mindset I did, where the production team is small but mighty, and they were very much like, we want to make really quality stuff and for people to have good quality experiences. And so I felt pretty good about it. And then there was the buyout. So I didn't even get to finish my interview process before Funimation became Crunchyroll. And I was like, I don't know if this is going to happen. We did a couple more interviews, had to reapply for the job. And then when it finally came through, it was like, okay, great, we did it. And I thought I knew, like, entertainment management, it's an entirely different world in dubbing. I got my butt kicked, and thank God for the team on that production team, because they were very kind and being like, yeah, you have the skill set. You don't have the knowledge to use it, we'll help you. So they took me under their wing, and it was really cool because it teaches you the value of all these people's time and energy and effort. And like, they're putting out anywhere between 10 to 30 episodes a week, just depending on how many studios are available, what licenses have come through, what the deadlines are from Japan. And they're working around Japanese holidays, right? Like Golden Week in Japan, people are out of the office. It's not a holiday here. So you still have to keep working. So you're finding projects that need attention, things that haven't had time to be worked on. Like, it was so cool to learn, like, the processing and the production behind it and how much love goes into it. Like the mixing team,
Yeah.
God, I wish more people would talk to engineers and directors,
Yep.
because they are the reason we get it. Like, yes, the actors are super fun and I love them and I love getting to do it sometimes, but oh my God, the production team, like the sound team alone, the engineers are crazy. The mixers are nutso futso. They're
Yeah.
like in movie theater style rooms, listening back to your episodes of Attack on Titan and going, this needs a little more airplane noise on the right hand
Which is
side. Like,
crazy.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
So like, it was a really cool job because obviously I got to be like, you know, not friends with, because that's weird, but like email friends with some of these people to be like, I know your son has soccer on Thursdays, so do you want to come in and record on Friday morning
Yeah,
instead?
yeah,
So
yeah.
like, knowing weird stuff about people's schedules and personal lives, but never having met them face to
Yeah.
face. So it gave me a real appreciation for like how much of a balancing act it is. Like, it's not a machine. You can't just crank it out. People get sick and the episode gets delayed. Like, it was really cool. It made me appreciate even more the process behind it, and it kind of gave me the space I needed explore what it was to be creative again, and it gave me like a structured environment to do that. And my dad passed away while I was working there, and they were so incredibly kind and supportive, and like let me be a weird little shell of a person and work from home when I needed to. And what, like, I can't say enough good things about the people. I know as a corporate, we don't always agree with most corporates, honestly. Most are garbage, but like, because they're run by big money bags at the top. But like, the humans behind it, it just made me like, I'll never ever leave this kind of industry. Like, creatives are my favorite people in the world, and we're lucky to just get to be in their bubble.
Yeah.
So like, for me, it was just really cool. It was a shaping experience. It gave me a friendship and a community and a connection in Dallas that like I could never put a price to. Like, and I learned so much from so many people. Like,
Yeah.
yes, it was a job, and yes, I was working, but honestly, sometimes I was like, I don't know if they realize the kind of education they're giving me here.
Yeah.
Like, it was a learning experience. So all that rambling to say, it was the best. And the only reason I left was because the job I have now gives me the flexibility to do more creative work and be available to my family, because it was a time where I needed to be available to them. But it genuinely is awesome. And now I work in convention planning, so I get to work with all those people anyway.
Yep.
So I get to talk to them about the shows and what they're working on. So it's all full circle, and I'm maybe the luckiest little rat that's ever existed. So, because I am a little tiny rat and this big old wheel of cheese.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So, speaking of working conventions, how did that come to be? Like,
When did you start going to conventions? Can I ask? Like a couple years ago, or have you been
uh,
going for a long time?
I've been going since I think 2017 was my first one that I went as an attendee.
Nice. Okay. And I'm sure just in the last 8 years, you've seen how crazy the changes have been.
Yeah.
I started volunteering at cons like right around junior, senior year of high school.
Okay, yeah.
Back when glomping was a thing, if you
Oh
remember
my god,
that, the
yeah.
run and hug.
Yeah, oh my god.
What a time,
Oh,
right? Did I just take you back to
yeah.
like space
I was like,
galaxies?
oh god, yeah.
Yeah, you just felt your bones turning to dust in that moment.
Yeah, exactly.
But like right out of high school was volunteering and working at them a lot, and I knew I liked live production. It all worked in well with what I liked anyway, which was theater and acting and anything creative. And I got really into it because I'm a nerd, and so it was nice because it was already the things I loved. I was able to buy my Doctor Who shirts and
Yeah.
get my Lord of the Rings pins, and then also go get my anime wall scrolls when there were wall scrolls. Like I could do it all, and I could get in for free if I worked. So it was a win-win. And then I just kept falling deeper and deeper. And anybody who works in conventions will tell you, you start by volunteering and you end up accidentally being chief of staff. So like you're like, I don't know how I got here. I just suddenly one day was giving 80 hours a week to this. Please help. So it's just you become obsessed with making it the best experience it can be because you're a fan.
Yeah.
Like I don't know anybody who would work in conventions if they didn't enjoy fandom because it's just too much.
Yeah.
So like I love it, but it's like I don't know. I think the last 2 weeks, because we're preparing for Anime NYC, none of us have really taken a day off. Like everyone's taking time, but no one's ever actually, our phones are on, our emails are going. But it's, it's so many people putting in so much work to make this one weekend happen. And again, it's the being a part of something bigger than yourself really does, the older I get, appeal to me more.
Yeah.
I think the sense of community that you get from it is incredible. And I genuinely love it. And I wanted other people like me who were like little freaks who sat in front of their TV and were like, and that one's J. Michael Tatum, and that one is, and just like, I wanted those freaks like me to be able to go to the con and be like, I love you so much, please sign my DVD cover, because that's what I was doing. So I was like, how do I make this good for them? And what did I want when I was doing that? And still do that when I'm at shows. And I just bring my things and I'm like, hey, can you guys take this over to the table? And here's my credit card. Just get that signed for me. So like, I don't know. To me, it's a very full circle moment. I tried to step away from creative stuff. I tried to get away from anime, right? I think we all go through a phase where we're like, that's so cringy.
Yep.
And then once you embrace the cringe and you become free and you're like, actually, I've been a giant weeb my whole life. I have no reason to be embarrassed by this. I was watching Lord of the Rings with my dad in the movie theaters being like, this is so good.
Yep.
Like you're a 12-year-old at the movies watching Lord of the Rings. You're not going to be cool and that's okay. So I don't know. Conventions, I think, have been a full circle moment for me just because it's well and truly, it's like be a nerd, love the nerds, support the nerds, be a nerd again. And just the cycle continues. It's very much the snake eating its tail. So I'm very happy to be working in them, and I'm lucky in that my team uses me to kind of heavily support and program for anime content specifically.
Yeah.
So like, I get to do comic shows, which are really fun, but I love when I get to do anime shows.
Yeah.
They're the best because I get to speak for the weebs, like the Lorax speaks for the trees. Yeah. I speak for the weebs. Yeah. There's a Party City wig and like an open bottle of like dried out sake, and I'm like, I speak for the weebs.
Yeah. Oh, I love that. Yeah, ever since I got into working more conventions, I'm like, I love this so much, and like getting to just like, because I do hosting and moderating, right? So just like getting to meet all these really cool people that I have to be like, they're just a person.
But I was hosting and moderating, so you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
It's you're peeing your pants a little bit, but you're also like, I'm chill. I'm trying to be chill. I'm trying to be normal because people have been weird and not normal to them all day. And then you realize they're just nice people and they're going to accept you if you're weird anyway.
Yeah.
But like the last time I was hosting before I got really into like full-time planning was, I want to say, a year and a half ago. And I was hosting a VTuber panel, and I sure wish I could tell you names, but I am not good at VTuber content.
That's fine. I would have been like,
he was like a exactly. Yeah. Me, when people are like, I love that one, I'm like, she is so pretty.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about her, but she's so pretty.
Yep.
He was like of course, because they're all beautiful and sexy, right? He was like a sexy demon vampire thing.
Yeah.
And I like had him on the screen and had his agents beforehand we had been talking to, and I was getting ready to go on stage, and I was like, what a weird ass job this is. Like, hosting is so weird. And I'm sitting here being like, please welcome British sexy vampire man, who was incredibly nice.
Yeah.
But I'm like asking questions like, what is your Taco Bell order? To the sexy vampire man. And I'm like, do they have I haven't only been to the UK like once. Do they have Taco Bell? Do you have a Taco Bell order in Vampire Land? So like, it's such a. I'm so glad you're doing it more. It's such a weird job. That's why when that person was like, "Hey, have you guys heard of this person?" I was like, "Oh my god, he's so good. You have to use him," because I was like, I love his stuff because he's a fellow weeb, know, and I know when you're watching somebody host who's like beautiful or an internet personality, but they're not in the sauce. They're not in this with us. It's so hard to watch because you're like, it would be like me trying to run a Dragon Ball panel. People would be like, this hoe doesn't know anything about Dragon Ball. And I'd be like, you're correct. I think Bulma should have a shopping credit card that is unlimited.
True.
And that's it. That's all I know. Like, it would be so cringy for me to try and do that. And that is how I feel. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Get your bag. I love people being hot and talented on the internet. But I love even more when it's just a Joe Schmo like me, like you, like my friends who host that are like, we're in it, man. We are in the gross little weeb dirt and we are growing here. So I love when those are the hosts because those are the panels I'm cracking up at. The guest is the most comfortable. I mean, you've seen those celebrity panels where you're just like, this person doesn't know what this franchise is. And they're saying, like when they're saying names wrong of characters. And you're like, oh man, like I'm not blaming you. Japanese is not an easy language, but also maybe 30 seconds of research before the panel. Like, or just hire somebody who knows it and loves it. And you don't have to argue with someone on how to pronounce the lead character's name on a microphone in front of said actor. Like
oh god, that's cringe. Oh god.
It's bad. And like Anime NYC is coming up and we have Lexi Nieto as our host for a lot of our main stages. And she's been super awesome, kicking ass, researching, learning all this stuff. But the Japanese partners we're working with are like, we need someone who knows the stuff. And you can tell they must have experienced celebrity hosting where they were like, oh, this is uncomfortable for everyone. Nobody knows what this is. So like, she's doing a Yu-Gi-Oh panel, I think, with Kenjiro Suda. What a legend. And she was like, I've watched it. I'm going back in and rewatching. I'm digging deep. And I'm like, that's what I want to see. That's what I want. I want fellow nerds who are like, I love it. I know it. And I'm about it. So like when you were like, I'm doing more and more hosting, I was like, let's go, Adam, let's go. That's what I want to see.
Like at Fan Expo, I'm next weekend as of recording. I'm hosting a bunch of panels there. And they gave me Fairy Tail. I haven't watched much Fairy Tail, but am I going to go back and watch a bunch? Yes, absolutely, because I don't want to be like, so power of friendship, that's all I know.
Go friendship, go.
Let's two of you are cats. How does that feel? Like
do you like to meow? And it's one of those shows too, it's like a classic shonen, so you watch 12 episodes and you're gonna be like, oh, I get it. I know what's happening.
Literally.
But like you have seen so many other shows of the genre, it will feel like coming home to you. And it won't be rando person being like, I don't know how you're a cat. How are you a cat?
Oh my god.
So it'll be great.
Yeah. My first ever like voice actor I interviewed at a con for like a like panel thing was Greg Abbey, who voices Tristan in Yu-Gi-Oh! And like Raphael TMNT. And it was such a fun learning experience because from the show, I'm used to interviewing voice actors who are majority are fans of the medium. And Greg, I was like, so why did you want to be Tristan from Yu-Gi-Oh? And he's like, money. And I was like, valid, king. And I was like, valid.
Respect, my man. Miley Flanagan, voice of Naruto, kills me. You'll be like, why? Kids will come up and be like, why did you want to? And I just put my mic down because I know what she's gonna say. She's like, I really wanted a pool and I have a house payment. And I'm like, yeah, girl, you tell her.
Oh, so good.
Good for them. Absolute legends. They said, all of you guys are nerds. I'm trying to pay my bills. I said, mad respect. Mad respect.
Yeah, literally. And I'm like, it was just like a couple of my questions are like, okay, take that off because I was like,
okay, go ahead, next that.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, all right. But yeah.
Who's your favorite person you've done so far for a panel? Like, if you could, I know that's hard, but like, or maybe just the panel was really great.
I interviewed Reed Shannon from Arcane.
Yeah.
It was really fun because I had only known him from Arcane and stuff. So when he was like, "Yeah, I was the voice of the Cartoon Network one of the kids," being like, "Up next on Cartoon Network," and I was like, "Hold on, huh?"
So you've been in this game a long ass time.
I was like, "Damn, okay." It was more. I learned a lot from like going on the fly. Because obviously that wasn't in my list of questions that I had.
Right.
Like, hold on.
So then you're rolling.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that for a second because what? Yeah.
But that's the best part of those is when something inspires that improv conversation and you get to, yes, there's an audience there, but also you're asking on behalf of them. So to get to like watch it play out like that, I love those panels. That's when I'm sitting in the back and I'm popcorning. I'm like, this is so good. I'm just gonna watch these two people talk.
Yeah. And
so I love that.
Oh yeah. And like at the end, it was like the person gave me like 2 minutes and I was like, great, awesome. And he's like, yeah, I used to like play WWE with my friends when I was a kid. And I was like, we'd have 2 minutes. Why did you bring this up?
Why would you unearth this gem when we have 2 minutes left?
I was like, I want to, because like literally, because one of my friends taped the whole thing. You can see me go, like, wrestling.
There's nothing better than when you watch somebody's whole body go, oh shit, because they're so excited.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god. And then it was like 2 minutes. In my head, it was like, you have 2 minutes. I'm like, fuck.
We have 2 minutes. Okay, sir. So in a minute and 30 seconds,
yeah.
Who's your favorite wrestler? What was your favorite era?
Literally. So has there been anybody that you've like done a panel with or interviewed that like beforehand, like, oh my god, I'm interviewing this person?
Yeah. Johnny Young Bosch.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
right.
Yeah.
And it was at Anime Frontier, which is a show here in Texas.
Yeah.
And it was one of the earlier, because we're coming up on our 5th year of the show, but it was like year 2 or 3. And I knew because of work that he was recording Trigun, but it was not out in the world yet. And I was like, you're on a microphone in front of 3,000 people. If you talk about this, you're fired. Your boss is fired. Your boss's boss is fired. And I love Trigun Stampede.
Oh, yeah.
That is like that's when I'll get on my preacher stand and be like, hear ye, hear ye. Yeah! Oh, I knew we'd be best friends, my guy. I knew it.
Yeah.
That's my show.
Yeah.
And oh my God. So when we got up there and I'm wearing my like Demon Slayer shirt with like his character's print, and we're talking, and I like Demon Slayer, but I'm not like insane about it. Yep. So people are bringing up Bleach, which again, I like, but I'm not insane about.
Yep.
And I was just vibrating. And afterwards he was like, that was so nice. You did great. And I was like, thanks so much. I love you, Trigun. I work at the studio. And he was like, oh my God. Like he was so nice about it, but it came out of my mouth as the most obscene word vomit where I was just like, because I'd been holding it in for like an hour. And I was like, okay, I just needed you to know that I think you're a gift and I'm really excited for this show. Okay, love you so much. Bye. Yeah. And he was so nice about it. But when I tell you the entire time I was like white knuckling the mic being like, don't talk about it. Yeah. Don't talk about it. Yeah. So whenever someone would be like, Old Vash the Stampede, I was like, yeah, Old Vash. Our buddy. Peace and love, Old Vash. My boy, and with his little donut in his pocket. Oh, that one is high up there for me. And the first time I got to do a female voice actress panel with somebody I really loved and respected. I got to do a Stephanie Young panel, and it was supposed to be a girl group, and then it ended up just being Stephanie. And she's so sweet. I wish I could find a recording of it. Maybe it exists on YouTube. Like halfway through, she paused. She goes, "Oh, you're like really into this stuff." I was like, imagine being called out like that, outed in front of a room full of people. She was like, because she's the nicest human on planet Earth, but she was like, oh my God, you actually know and love this character. I was like, Olivier is one of my all-time favorite Full Metal characters. And she was like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, well now that I've been fully out into the room, and because I didn't realize, I think I was getting so excited asking the questions that I was like getting way too detailed, not good at my job. And I was like, and it was just, she killed me and she said, oh my gosh, you're like really into this. I was like, yikes, we've been outed, boys. There's so many good times. I can't wait to hear like 2 years from now when you're doing all these Fan Expo huge panels. I can't wait to come back and be like, all right, Adam, tell me some horror stories. Tell me some moments that you were like, what have I done? I can't wait. I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm nervous and excited and shitting
Oh, you're
myself.
gonna kick ass. It's gonna be great. You're gonna kick ass. You have a natural curiosity. You're great with conversation. Your flow is beautiful. Like you're gonna have an awesome time.
Oh God. Thank you.
Yeah,
So before we go,
sure.
what has been kind of the hardest lesson you've learned since becoming a voice actor?
Mm. Um, I think I really had it in my mind, like a lot of people, where I was like, if you can't do this 150%, people always do this very discouraging talk where they're like, if you could do anything else, go do that instead. Um, because it's too hard. It's too much heartbreak. And I think for a long time, I really, really beat myself up. And I was like, there's no point in trying. You don't have the schooling, you don't have the training these people do. And then when I started taking classes and getting back into theater after not doing it for like more than 8 years, because I just had been behind the scenes on everything, and I felt how good it felt again. It was the letting go of which this sounds so self-centered, but I hope other people know what I mean when I say this, like letting go of this like ego, this sense of self that like everyone is paying attention to you and all the time and they care so much about no. You're a very small piece of a bigger thing, and I think the hardest part for me was realizing that like you're never gonna be quote unquote ready. There's no ready. There's just you could always be more prepared. So you just have to work as hard as you can when time allows you. I have to keep a 9 to 5 to pay my bills. I know most other people do. And you just have to keep going. That was the hardest part to learn, is to be like, stop punishing yourself for not being able to take $1,000 class and 2 weeks off to go to LA and do a workshop. And like, there's I'm so glad for the people who are able to do that. That's kick ass. And I wish that for every artist in the world of every medium and genre. I wish that for all people. We should be able to enjoy our lives like that. But I think the hardest thing was not punishing myself for that and going, if you don't work for a month, that's okay. As long as you're trying something, even just once a week, doing some practice, doing a class, doesn't matter how small it is. Watching anime, I used to guilt myself about it. Now I'm like, this is learning. Like you are learning from the best of the best in the business every week with their performances. This is free teaching. I don't know. I think it's the hardest part is stop guilting yourself, stop holding yourself to 10 auditions a day. Like that's crazy. It's not good for your mental health and it's not good for your creative muscles. Like you can't you can't be fully committed and enjoying and living in that character in the moment if you're in your head going, okay, this is audition number 8 and now I need to do audition number 9 and then tomorrow I have to go to this class and then I need to network and then I need to tweet at this guy and tell him he's great. Like that's exhausting, and you're gonna exhaust yourself, and then your work is gonna see and feel it. Like people are gonna see through that, and I don't know. I think that was the hardest part for me, is stop guilting yourself. Stop pretending like you can do it all. You can't. Nobody can, no matter how good they seem, no matter how prepared they seem. And start celebrating little wins. Like I think people make it seem like embarrassing to celebrate little wins, but every time I book a walla, I'm like, holy shit, I booked a walla. And I let myself like get a matcha latte, afterwards text my sister about it. Like it's it's so exciting to just be a part of it and doing something you love with these incredibly talented people that people like you and I have idolized for years. And now we're working with them. And so I just stop being so mean to yourself. Stop being so hard on yourself. Celebrate the little wins, dude. Life is so hard and so long, but so short. Like there's no reason to be so mean to yourself. Like you're working so hard, you're working against whatever you may have going on internally, whatever's coming at you externally. You don't know all the conditions of what's going on behind the scenes with casting, with the director, if they've had it. There's so much. Be nicer to yourself. So I feel like that was the hardest thing, is stop guilt tripping yourself, stop comparing yourself. They're not joking when they say comparison is the thief of joy. Like every time I catch myself doing it, I don't know if you do this, every time I catch myself comparing myself, I'm miserable.
Oh
There
yeah.
is it never brings me anything. It never helps me learn. It just makes me hate myself.
Yeah.
So I'm like, there's no reason to do it. So that's the hardest thing. And I think everyone has to keep learning that lesson all the time, is to be kinder to yourself and believe in yourself. Because to someone, your voice is a smash. To someone, your vlog, your podcast, whatever it may be, your phone conversation with them when they're ordering at this restaurant is the best part of their day. So like, you have to be nicer to yourself because the whole world's already kind of grumpy. So like, be kinder to yourself, be kinder to the people around you, and at me, to me, by me, and about me. Stop being such a hard ass to
Yep.
yourself, to other people. Chill. Like,
Yep.
I think that's the hardest part. Everything else has just been really cool learning opportunities. And even when I've fallen flat on my face, I've been able the next day to crawl out of the shame hole and go, okay, that was really embarrassing. We absolutely tanked it. We're never going to work with that director again. On to the next, because there's nothing else you can do about it, you know? Like, what am I going to do? Go back in time, make myself miserable playing it over and over again? I think that's the hardest thing, is just stop being so damn mean to yourself and the world around you.
Oh, yeah.
Don't compare yourself and celebrate your friends' wins. Celebrate your wins. I don't care how tiny they are. Did you do your laundry today? That's a Sisyphusian task. Hell yeah, you did your laundry today. Like, I think that's how we'd all improve this. I don't know. You've seen the state of American politics in the U.S. right now. I think that's how we all get through this, is standing up for the people around you and rooting for the good ones and trying to find the light where you can.
Yeah, I 100%. And like, especially the, comparing yourself is so like, don't do that. That's
Don't.
like
It's so simple, but it really is. So just don't. Just don't.
Like, oh my God. Like when before I found My Hero, I was like, oh, I just got out of college and I'm working retail. What am I doing? All my other college friends have like industry jobs and I'm just like sitting here.
They're professionals.
And I'm like, but then like, that was when I was like, oh God, like 22. And now I'm like 30. And like, now I'm like, no, I don't give a shit. I'm here. You're here. I don't care.
Your life is so different, right? And like, imagine if you had kept pushing yourself to do that corporate thing that you may or may not have enjoyed. You'd never be creating the art you're making now with the people you're making it with. And now you're about to share it with thousands of fans at a convention, which is like, when in your life did you ever think you were going to be like, hello, fellow nerds, let's all celebrate together? Like,
literally,
what a gift.
Yeah.
What a gift.
When I got the contract signed and everything, I literally was like, 5 years ago, if I would have told myself this like 5 years ago, I'd be like, you're insane. There's no way.
You're full of shit.
Yeah, literally.
But isn't that not the coolest, that like, because you didn't stop you, even if you weren't like every day cheering for yourself, because you didn't put a stop sign in your path, you kept trudging forward. Look where you are now. Look at this cool shit you're doing. Who knows what 5 years from now looks like? You know what I mean? Like, oh man, that's so cool. And we're all so lucky. It's not to be a nerd, but Baldur's Gate. Karlak has a phrase she says in the game that like my best friends got for me, so I put it like above my mirror, but it's, damn, it's good to be alive. Like,
I love that.
We are so, I don't know, the older I get, I think we all do it, but I'm 33 now. I just turned 33 in July, and I'm like, every year I get more and more appreciative of just being alive. What a cool thing we get to do it and make art with these people and like talk to each other like this about it, when I would have never met you 5 years ago if we both didn't keep doing what we're doing. And now I'm like, that's my friend Adam. He's dope as hell. So I'm like, it's just, I don't know. It's so cool. And I think we're all better for it when we do that. So I'm so excited for people like you, like me, to just get to keep nerding out with the people we love and like making cool art, man. We're all doing it. We're all getting around and talking about how nerdy we are. And I don't think there's anything better than a bunch of geeks going, actually, my favorite chapter is, I'm like, oh, hell yeah, brother, here we go. With my little fly hands, rubbing them together.
I'm just like hitting the mic apparently.
Just slapping it around out of excitement.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? When I saw your email, I was like, I'm shitting myself. I do not need to be here with these people. But that's another one of those, don't do that to yourself. So I was like, okay, if Adam thinks I'm fun to talk to, then I'm going to do it. So.
Oh my God. Where can the lovely people find you online?
Oh, I'm at Kirsty, but it's Kirstea, which now in retrospect maybe is confusing, but at the time I thought was very cool. And it was like Kirst T. It makes sense because everyone calls me Christy, but so Kirstea on like almost all socials. I'm a grandmother on socials, so I'm really bad at them. I can't make TikToks, but I will like yours. So like support me and I will tell me what you need me to do and I will go like and repost your thing and just grandmama doesn't know how it works. So I'm the person who is getting the reel on Instagram 2 weeks later that
Oh,
somebody already saw on TikTok last month. And God bless my roommates, but they'll be like, what are you showing us? And I'm like, guys, isn't this funny? And they're like, Kirsty, that was weeks ago. So I'm a grandma on the internet, but I'm excited to be there in chat. So if anyone wants to talk about any of this bullshit, you can always at me. I'm always down to talk about it. Even if I have no idea what's happening in the world, I'll catch up in 2 or 3 weeks, I swear.
Oh, I love that. Yep. All the links will be down below. You can follow me at Corky Cosplays on Instagram, Adam Corky everywhere else, and subscribe to Patreon. You get exclusive videos, behind the scenes content, and the episode a day early. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.